Welcome to the Gyms Podcast. I'm your host, Joel Kleber, and this podcast is designed to share stories of our franchisees, franchisors, Jim himself, and other members of the Gyms family that we think you might find interesting. If you are researching our brand, we've got a previous back catalogue. There's so many great episodes that you can find online. And if you do like what you hear, please make sure you leave us a thumbs up on YouTube if you're watching, or online as well. We really do appreciate the support. Without further ado, here's today's episode. So Matt, thank you very much for joining us today at the Gyms Podcast. And you're one of our core voucher winners, which I'm going to point to there on the screen, which basically gives you 2 free nights to any Accor hotel around the world, plus discounts on dining and drinks as well. It's worth around, I think, $600 or $700. So we'll give you that after we jump off this. So thank you very much for being a star franchisee and joining us today. And I remember from you from 2019, when we I think you were literally one of our first videos. I remember that at the interview at training. So I think you're literally one of our very first videos from training. So it's great to be able to catch up with you after 4 years and just talk about your journey since then. So how's it been so far?
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, so I obviously started up back in June of 2019, built it up for about a year and then managed to sell a split and then rebuilt again. And about a year ago, I started employing as the way of expanding my business.
So how many employees do you have currently?
I've currently got 2 direct employees and 1 subcontractor.
That's great. So how do you manage that in your business? Do you train them fully yourself first, or how does it all work?
Yes, so the subcontractor trained fully did the normal grooming training with her. And then my 2 employees, when they first started, I just trained them up to do dog washing and de-sheds. And then after about 3 months, then started doing the grooming training from there.
Now, did you think that was possible when you started back in 2019, when you come back from gym school training at I remember meeting you there at the everyone has all their food. So could you, has it met up to what you thought it was going to be?
Oh, it succeeded it, definitely. I never really considered employing people. For me, when I first started, it was about working for myself and starting my career or business journey from there. Didn't really know where I was going to go with it. But it's just, gyms has just provided so many different avenues to be able to grow and expand. So, yeah.
And what were you doing prior to the training back in 2019, Matt?
I worked for a seafood company. So it was a office-based role. I was the operations manager, did a lot of purchasing and logistics side of things. And it was working near the CBD area. And I live about 50 k's out of
Ibis down south, right? Yeah, near Mandurah and stuff, is it?
Yeah, not like Mandurah, but not far from it. Yeah. And so I was just sort of getting sick of driving up and down the freeway every day, spending about 2.5, 3 hours in the car every day. Yeah, this sort of popped up, and here I am 4 years later.
Do you remember what the first couple of weeks were like when you've been in employment for so long, going into your own business? Like, what was the emotions like, and do you remember those first couple of weeks?
Yeah, I guess it was a little bit scary, not knowing where I was going to be going. Like I said, it was a paycheck was what I was used to, that every week I'd be guaranteed to get my money in the bank, and now I had to actually work for it. But it didn't really take long to settle into that sort of the swing of that. And it was only a few months, and I was earning a decent wage already, and plus I had the pay for work guarantee on top of that as well. So, and I think I only used the pay for work guarantee for the first month. Then after that, I was up to the full speed of it. So.
Yeah, because you really started at the growth. I know when Sharon got involved, that's when the sort of division really started taking off. So you're right almost in the early days of when the division, how it's developed. So how have you seen the division develop since back when you started in 2019?
The community side of things is what I've seen a lot of, where we're not just our own little business. We are Jim's Dog Wash. We call ourselves Team Red, and we're a team. We're always there to help each other. We've got the group chats nationally and within our state as well. And just being able to, when someone needs some help, they'll jump on the group chat and say, "Oh, what do I do here?" And you can just go and give a bit of advice and help them out. And I like that. Yeah, that we have each other's back.
And in the community, you do some events and stuff. I've seen you do giveaways and some events. Do you want to talk about what you do for your business in your local area?
So over the journey, I've done a few different things. In the earlier days, I used to do once a month. Myself and one of the other franchises, we used to go down to it was like a community store. We like a Good Sammy's type store. We do free dog washes for people that sort of doing it tough and can't really afford to get their dogs washed. So once a month, we go down there just to, I think it was about 3 or 4 hours in the day, and wash as many dogs as we could. So it was one of the good things that I really enjoyed doing. Unfortunately, when COVID hit, that sort of got shut down, and never really got back into that one. But I do a lot of community sponsorship as well. So junior football club. I used to be heavily involved in the local junior footy club, so I do a bit of sponsorship with them with quiz nights and stuff like that as well. Some local dog fostering groups they foster dogs. So I've donated to them for fundraising. Few of those.
And are you on the tools full time at the moment?
So as of about 2 weeks ago, I went down to 4 days a week. So it's still basically full time, but so I'm doing do a Monday to Thursday 1 week, and then a Tuesday to Friday the next. And so I get a 4-day weekend every second weekend.
That's great. And what do you use with that spare day? What do you get up to in the spare time?
So over my 4-day weekend, one of the days I do spend about half a day doing paperwork and bookkeeping type stuff. And then it's and last Friday that I had off, we went out to lunch with my partner, and just things that you can't do when you're working in the trailer full time.
And how's the lifestyle been then with your partner in regards to what you're doing? You find yourself, you don't have that stress of driving every day, so just overall more happy, or how's that change been for your life?
Yeah. I pick the kids up from school every day. So I'll go and pick them up, drop them back home, and then I'll go out and do another couple of dogs. I used to actually drop them to school in the morning as well, but now my partner starts work a bit later, so she does that. But we can go and do things in the afternoon, because I'm not getting home at late at night or anything like that, and not getting up at the crack of dawn, even before dawn to go to work. So I usually don't start work till 9 o'clock most days, and I'm home by 4:30, 5 o'clock. So yeah, I don't work hard. So.
And you get to work with a customer that is very keen to see you every day.
Exactly, yeah, and I get to work with dogs, so they don't play with puppy dogs all day.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that in regards to the services you do. So maybe just want to run through the gamut of services you provide for your customers.
Yeah, so the main things are obviously washing, full grooming, and D-sheds. They're the three main services. I also do a little bit of the most glamorous job, but pooper scoop. So I'll go to the backyard and pick up dog poo. I have done a little bit of dog walking as well, and they're probably the main things. Oh, and sorry, I do sell a few products on the side. So out of the trailer, treats and some supplement type things.
That's great. Now, a question I've asked a lot of the dog wash franchisees doing the interviews is about, I'm sure you come across the comment or clients who say, my dog's really aggressive, or my dog, it's very hard to maybe groom. So how do you deal with maybe a difficult client? I mean, not client, but a difficult dog doing a difficult, let's say, a dog that you might come across?
Really, the main thing is you've got to be assertive with them. So you don't need to be rough and then throw them around the trailer or anything like that. But letting them know that you're in charge, they tend to they respect the hierarchy, and most of the time, if they realise that you're the boss, they'll comply straight away. So it's a matter of just being confident that you are the one in charge and that the trailer is your domain.
How do you demonstrate that, Matt? Can you illustrate an example maybe of how you would actually how you would do that in regards to doing it?
There's not really any specific actions. It's more about just being confident with the dog, and if they start to move around, you just sort of pull them back into place. Sometimes you might need to hold them and sort of just stare them at a little bit to make sure that they know that you're the one that's in charge, and just being assertive and in control of them, not let them run the table.
Now, in regards to benefits, so there's obviously mobile grooming salons, which Jim's Dog Wash is, and there's obviously ones that are static. So maybe just run for your customers who might not realise the benefits of using a mobile salon.
One of the best, well, I guess for the owner, the ease of it, so they don't have to go out, drop their dog off, come back home, then an hour or two later, go back out, get their dog again. It's all in their driveway or on the road outside their house. So yeah, a lot more convenient for them, and also for the dog, it's more comfortable for them not being in an environment where there's could be another 4 or 5 dogs in the salon that are all barking and making noise and stressing them out. So it's just one-on-one, myself and the dog. So it's a lot more relaxing for them, and it's also close to their home, so that they're not feeling stressed about having to leave home and go in a car ride. That's a lot of dogs don't like being in the car, and so less stressful for them overall, and which makes it a lot easier to control the dog in the trailer.
And I also think your trailers provide a cleaner environment as well. If it's sometimes salons, I don't know what the state of them sometimes might be like in the back, but I presume I know the trailers that you guys have are really, really good, and customers should probably be aware of just how great those trailers are. So I do want to run through real quickly about the trailers themselves and what's in those trailers.
Yeah, so we've got the hydro bath is at the rear of the trailer, so we do all your washing and the dirty work. It's right at the back, so you don't have to worry about that too much. Down towards the front of the trailer is the grooming table, so you do your drying and your grooming on that, and it's quite easy to be able to hose that down or sweep it out between jobs and keep it quite clean and sanitary.
And what about for yourself? Do you have air conditioning there? Because I know Perth can get hot sometimes, or
Yeah, it does get quite hot in Perth in the summertime, and you've got the aircon in the trailers to keep it cool. And wintertime you can switch it over to heat mode as well. And the cold winters that we've had this year, it's been a good thing.
Now, is there any particular type of breed of dogs you enjoy doing more than others, or they're all your favourites?
Yeah, I think I like them all. I don't really have any particular favourites. I've got a couple of individual dogs that are my favourites, but as far as a breed goes, yeah, they're all from everything from a Mastiff to a little Maltese Shih Tzu to a German Shepherd. They're all got their own little personalities. Yeah, they're just great to be around.
Now, what are some mistakes that customers make when it comes to getting their dog with the dog groom? Because I've spoken to a few dog wash franchisees, and brushing, not brushing it, being they expected to come and fix the whole thing and stuff like that, and it hurt the dog. So maybe just run through some common customer mistakes you see.
Yeah, so yeah, brushing is a big thing. Getting a nozzle in once the mats are in, it's pretty hard to get them out. So you want to be able to try and keep on top of them. Walking your dog regularly as well for controlling the length of their nails. When they're walking on hard concrete or bitumen roads, it's going to grind their nails down, and so it's a lot easier to maintain them. A lot of dogs don't like their nails being trimmed or their feet being touched even. So walking is a really big thing for it. Another thing as well, when I've got the dog in the trailer, a lot of customers will like to stand behind the trailer and talk to their dog and talk to me. Trouble is, when they call their dog's name, the dog wants to go to the owner. So if it is a nervous dog, then they might think, oh, I need to get to my owner, and they're trying to get out. So yeah, the best thing is just to leave me to it in the trailer, and I can control the dog fine. I've got plenty of practice doing it, and the dog will be safe with me.
And with your business now, you have multiple employees. Where do you find your employees from, and how do you go through that? Because it's a big problem for a lot of franchisees is finding employees and how do they go to maintain quality control and stuff like that. So maybe you want to run through a bit about your experience and how you've done that.
Yeah, so both my direct employees, I've started, neither of them had any grooming experience. So I've started them from scratch. And I guess the benefit there is that I can train them my way. So they learn the way that I like to do things, and they'll develop those kind of habits as well. I've just advertised on online job agency websites. And then I think the best way to do it is to share it to that ad to local community groups. So share it to dog lovers pages and dog park pages and all that kind of stuff. So you'll be finding people that do actually like dogs to get the job.
Yeah, so it's a good point about Facebook regarding the groups and stuff. There can be a lot of other stuff on it, but that's a really good thing. I think it's the community groups. I think that's a really good bit of advice there in regards to franchisees who do need to find employees with that. And everyone loves dogs. I'm sure there's a massive group of people you need to pull from.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, in regards to your business yourself, what are your plans moving forward? Are you looking to get more employees, or you're happy with where you're at the moment? What's your ultimate goal?
Yeah, so I guess my 5-year plan that I'm partway through is to probably get to the point where I can have enough employees that I can step out of the trailer completely, and then I'll manage those employees and grow the business through them. That way I can spend more time with them, training them up further and building up the business further from there.
That's really good if you can get yourself there, because that's a really great way to do it. That's what Jim, I know, ultimately wants people to do, is decide and have that mentality. What you're doing is to do that within 5 years. That's very, very impressive to be able to build up from what you've done to do that. So how many customers do you currently serve?
I was just going to say, even a year ago, I couldn't have even seen myself being out in that sort of short time period. But I think at 4 years now, I reckon in another 12 months, I could probably be at that point.
What's the change been? Has it just been a level of work, or has it just been your own mindset, or how have you got to that level?
It's mindset. I had thought about it for a couple of years that I wanted to put someone on and start employing, but I just didn't feel the confidence there to be able to take that step. And I think the main driver for me was when I first got COVID last year. I obviously back then we couldn't work at all. We had to have that mandatory 7-day isolation, and I was fine after the first couple of days. And so I sat at home for 5 days, just twiddling my thumb, watching Star Wars movies and not much else. And I just thought then I can't just rely on me to be the sole income for my business. And so that was around June, July last year. Yeah, just made that decision. Then I'm going to push through and get past my nerves and make the decision. And yeah, it's worked out so far. So.
And managing employees, is it something where obviously you're in contact with them regularly, but is there anything else you do, or how do you keep good employees? What do you do in your business?
Looking after them, so you're not just paying them the award wage. But both my employees work 4 days a week, and one of them does the opposite roster to me. So she has a 4-day weekend every second weekend, and then the other one works that 4-day weekend every week. So yeah, I pay them a higher wage than the award. I'll give them an extra week annual leave as well. So over Christmas, we'll shut down between Christmas and New Year's, and that'll be that won't come out of their annual leave. That'll be that extra week paid leave for them.
That's great.
And little things as well, like birthday, when they have their birthday, give them a card with a bit of a voucher, same at Christmas time, just so they feel like they're part of my team.
That's great. And for anyone maybe, let's say, looking at doing what you're doing, what's your advice to them? Like, what sort of things should they be asking or researching, or what would your advice to them be?
I guess have a look at what kind of demographic you live in. I'm lucky that I have probably one of the biggest dog ownership areas in the state is around me.
Oh, really?
But every second house has a dog. So yeah, I've got a great client base to build from there, but also check what other groomers are in your area. When I first started, I did that. I looked up and thought, oh yeah, there's, I think I found about 6 or 8 dog groomers. Once I started, I realised there's a heap more than that, but there's still a shortage. Still got people ring me up saying, I've been trying to find a dog groomer for weeks and no one can get me in. So yeah, there's plenty of work out there to get into it.
And how's the support been for you over your 4-year journey as well?
Yeah, great. So when I first started, our state franchisors, Ross and Jen, really good getting us up and running and helping build the business. And then when they sold up and has sort of moved to the national side, the support staff in national have been great as well. Always, like Jade's always ready to take a phone call from me. She can't call me back straight away. She'll send me a text and call me back pretty quickly. And just the support within the other groomers within the state and nationally. Everyone's there to make sure everyone else succeeds.
No, that's great to hear. Matt, look, on behalf of Jim's Group, we want to present you with the silver membership, so I'll get that to you if I can point the right way. After I do the call, it takes 5 business days to get to you, and you create an account, and yeah, it's worth $600, $700, and you and the partner can go for a couple of nights wherever you want. It's not just in Australia, it's overseas or wherever you guys want. But yeah, mate, it's great to catch up with you, and you're doing really, really well. It'd be awesome to catch up with you again once you get off the tools, because I think more of a business chat in regards to how other franchisees can do what you've done, because I think that's a really good progression from, sole trader to employees and then to literally working on the business and not in it. Yeah, I think that's a really, really good. And I think a lot of franchisees do want to do that. They just don't know how to do that. So it'd be great to catch up with you again when you do that stage, just to sort of more of a business session or something for our franchisees. I think it'd be really, really important.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate your time.
Thanks. Cheers.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, bye. Thank you for listening to the episode of the Gyms podcast. If you want to learn more about the Gyms Group, head to gyms.net or call us on 131 546 Australia or 0800 454 654 New Zealand. And if you did like the episode as well, please make sure you leave a review or a comment or a thumbs up or a comment on the video as well. We appreciate your support. And until next episode, we hope you have a great week.